And hello again, YouTube. Just got off the light rail. That's my train going off right there. I just got off light rail at Montebello Transit Center, also known as the Christown Station. It is 7:05 p.m. Thursday, August 4th, 2022, and yeah. So right as I got off the train, as I was getting off the train, I was checking the transit app to see how I was doing time-wise to transfer to the 60 westbound to take me on over to Bullocks. Nice to know it's so far ahead at 8 o'clock. Every time, of all the different bus commutes that I take, this is definitely one where I really feel I'm rolling the dice. I mean, I've got several different options of routes that I can take from my apartment to Bullocks, and several different schedules, and I could pretty much guarantee none of them ever working out the way they work out in the schedules. The buses and trains are never on time. The transfers never work like they're supposed to. They work like they work, and sometimes they work better than others. Anyway, 7:06 right now, and I'm walking northbound on Bethany Home Road because I'm really, really hungry. I can't believe of all the stupid shit last night. So last night, going to work, I grabbed my leftover burrito from Saturday night, I think it was. Yeah, leftover burrito from Saturday night, which was like half the burrito, maybe over half the burrito, from Saturday night from Speedy Street Tacos. Threw it in my bag, and I was kind of concerned that might be too long in my bag without being refrigerated, and that it might make me sick. And I ate most of it on my lunch, and it did. Oh my gosh, yeah, I had a piece. I had a substantial piece of my oh man, I'm sorry, just another text message popped up from Priscilla that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and oh fuck, completely lost my train of thought. Something about the burrito. Oh, anyway, I had yeah. So I was on the toilet for a while. It was not pleasant. Yeah, it didn't sit with me well. And the stupid thing, of course, is that I had, during that whole, walk and bus, whatever, to Amazon to work. I ended up getting, paying quite a bit because it's pricey, but getting a medium pizza from Pizza Hut, and I could have ate that, and that was fresh, and that was great. And so I think I ate a whopping maybe 3 pieces of that pizza, and I left the damn thing at Amazon. And after, my adventure a few weeks back of leaving my phone charger there and realizing I can't even enter the building, in spite of the fact that I've got an ID and I work there and I had a safety vest on, that I can't even enter into the building to grab something that is mine if I'm not scheduled for a shift. Like, I won't be able to go, not that I have a transportation to do it anyway, but I won't be able to go back and get my damn pizza. I won't see my pizza until Sunday night, and it's not going to be so fresh Sunday night. And I could have ate that, not the pizza, or not the leftover burrito that gave me the shits. Yeah, not a good food day. So yeah, I don't think I've ate anything. I didn't eat on my third break, so I don't think I've ate anything since the tainted burrito that I ate at midnight that all went right through me. So yeah, I need to get food. But there's the 60 westbound, which I don't see me having enough time to make it to Carl's Jr. and then make it to the stop over there by the hospital before that bus comes back, unfortunately, which sucks. But on the bright side, like, there's wow, it's interesting that the 60 West stops there. I didn't realize it stopped there. For some reason I thought it just skipped that stop, but I guess that makes sense because it doesn't stop going into the intersection. It would be nice if it had a stop on that side. Well, I guess it can't because it's in the left turn lane. Never mind. I'm just not thinking this through. Anyway, and I guess I did know it stopped there because I think I've got off of it there before. Kind of think about it. Anyway, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna make it to Carl's Jr. before that thing goes through the transit center and comes back up at the stop here. And I do see a lot of people waiting for it because, as I've said many times, the 60 does not have nearly adequate service. The amount of people that ride it, only every 30 minutes for this leg of this bus route is woefully inadequate. And wow, yeah, let's speed, tailgate, and honk our horns. God, I hate the asshole drivers in this city. Yeah, I was going to say yeah, this bus should really run more often. And as a consequence of the fact that it does have inadequate service, there are always so many people waiting at the stops that it takes a long time for everybody to get on and get off. And then it goes through ridiculous intersections like this where it has to wait for a long, long red left arrow. It also does the same thing down there at Montebello. And so, you know, consequently, not only is it scheduled for every 30 minutes, it's hardly ever anything close to on time, especially in the afternoon or early evening. So, oh, and then let's not forget there's the issue of what time the bus drivers are actually supposed to start their route, and how they routinely will just sit wherever they sit and camp out before they start their route, before they drive their few miles as a not in service bus to get to that first stop where they start at. And yeah, so many of the routes, because the drivers just sit longer than they should, end up being late from the first stop out. Say nothing of all the stops that they pass, so labeled as not in service bus. But yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of people waiting here. Anyway, got a not so pleasant text conversation going on with Priscilla right now. Yeah, I let her back into my apartment. It was all under the premise of, hey, you can't, you're stealing my stuff by not letting me have my stuff. And for me, it's not been like I don't want to let her have her stuff as much as it's been, yeah, you know what? In case you hadn't noticed, I work 10.5 hours a day, and I have a 4-hour plus time that I have to spend riding the bus, which leaves a very small window for me to try to lay down and go to sleep. And yeah, there's no time window in there for me to deal with you for hours to get your stuff. That's why you had all last month to get your shit out of my place. That's why you should have done that on your time. Now you're on my time, which I have extremely little of, largely due to the fact that I don't have transportation, and I, for the last year of my life, have had nobody in my life to help me out with said transportation. Shame you thought so little of me that you could have never done that. Maybe we wouldn't be in the situation we're in now. And then there was a thing like, not this morning, but the morning before, where she said she would, that she would pick me up from work, and okay, if you pick me up for work and you actually show up on time, oh, imagine Priscilla actually showing up to anything on time. Funny shit. I got jokes. Yeah, you actually show up on time. I know from experience that I can leave that parking lot at 5:30 a.m. and I can make it home by about 6. So that will get me home at 6 instead of about 7:15. So that creates an extra hour and 15 minutes in my day that you can use to pack up your shit. So if you can do that for me, then you can create an hour in my day for you to pack up your stuff. I mean, I didn't go into it in that level of detail, but that's basically what my logic was on it. And of course she's like, well, can I just take you to work? No, that's not an option. That's not an option, because I'm not gonna not get on the bus and hope that you show up. At least after work, if you don't show up, I can do like I did yesterday morning and run and maybe catch the bus. And if I did miss that bus, the one I had to run, the rapid that I had to run and get, that run after and nearly missed, I've always got the option of waiting for the next I-10, the next I-10 West Rapid, which shows up I think in like 20 minutes, or just walking on up to McDowell and taking the next 17 and and doing that. You know, I still have options. I'm not going to be late to work on my ride home from work. But going to work? No, I'm not. And again, like, we're back in that situation today. It's like, oh, I thought you would wait for me to give you a ride to Bullock's. Yeah, wait for a pitch that's so unreliable. I think not. I think not. No. No. Like, if you're wanting to provide me with a ride, you need to be here before the time that I leave out the door to catch the bus, and then we can maybe do something else with that time period. But including but not limited to loading up your shit. But now, once it's time for me to go, I'm going, because you've proven over the last year plus that I cannot rely on you whatsoever for anything other than money that you give me most of the time incomplete and late, after me having to remind you several times. Fuck. So angry at this woman, in spite of the fact she did give me her body this morning. You think that would have made the anger go away, and it did for a while. I will say that. Didn't quite get it exactly the way I wanted to have it, but she gave a pretty convincing argument as to why she couldn't. And I don't want to go any more in detail of that. But yeah, so the whole premise was, getting her there. And of course, that was what all the back and forth argument with her friend April was about as well. Like, hey, you're stealing her stuff, you won't let her get her stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. And she's like, well, when will you be able to get her stuff? I said, I'm off on Friday. And that's me sacrificing what I normally do on Friday, which is a pretty full day of going to Bullock's and working on music. That's assuming that I pack up all my stuff between the end of my show tonight and 4 a.m. when the bus shows up, and stay at home all day to deal with being there for her to grab her shit, which is giving up something that I really shouldn't have to give up. It's like one of the days of the week I thoroughly enjoy. I enjoy my Fridays at Bullock's, or at least one afternoon and evening. I feel like I'm not alone, and I'm able to do something constructive for me, as opposed to for Jeff Bezos, who after 6 months gave me a 25-cent an hour raise, which I think, if I sit and do the math and figure out what I was paid for by the hour for my first 6 months, plus average out the signing bonus over those hours as, what I'm paid for those hours, I think if I do the math on that, I will be making substantially less for these hours now for my next 6 months. To say nothing of the fact that a 25-cent raise isn't even remotely close to keeping up with what inflation has been for the last 6 months. So yeah, gee, thanks Jeff Bezos. Enjoy that rock. Hope your penis rocket explodes with you on it. I know I shouldn't say such mean things about my employer, my benevolent employer who employs so many people and gives us such wonderful jobs. I will say this: I'm thankful I got some training to operate a forklift, because at least now I have a what I believe is a marketable skill I could take to other employers. And I sound so bitter right now. I'm just bitter in general. For the most part, I really do enjoy my job at Amazon. But to see I got a raise from $15.50 an hour to $15.75 an hour after 6 months of loyal service, but that there shall be no more bonuses. That $1,000 bonus at 1 month, and that $2,000 bonus at 6 months. That's the end of that gravy train. So I don't like. What am I looking forward to now? I'm sorry. Maybe getting back onto a forklift when they get done dragging their heels on the investigation as to what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got career paths and options with Amazon. I do, but it's just like it's just amazing how regardless of, like, if you get promoted to be what's called a learning ambassador, which means that you're training employees, there's no raise involved with that. You get a vest with some blue lines on it, and it makes you look, it gives you some clout. If you get promoted to assisting with the safety team, you get a vest with green stripes on it, but there's no actual raise involved in that. You're just given more responsibilities, no raise. Is it really a promotion if there's not a raise involved? I mean, wow, more responsibilities, but no additional pay. you know, I'm sorry, I want that. Why? I mean, I went for the forklift thing. I honestly thought there was going to be a race on me being able to drive a forklift, and then I kind of stuck with it because, wow, I enjoy this. But yeah. Anyway, back to the Priscilla thing. I'm pretty much out of time to I think I saw a bus in the left turn lane trying to queue up, and there's another like this routing for the 60 is just whoever makes these bus routes just does not whatsoever take into consideration how long it takes to get through these intersections that are 100% for cars, well, slightly for a train in this case of this intersection. But I mean, there's no optimization for this for the bus. None. There's no bus lane. There's no special sequencing of the lights to get the buses through faster. Portland has all this stuff. Most cities have that kind of stuff, but not Phoenix. No, Phoenix, that bus is just getting later and later. I think I did have time to go to Carl's Jr. Such a long amount of time between stopping at that stop over there at Chevron and picking these people up here. That's just senseless to me. Anyway, I think I've ranted and raved enough. I'm turning into the old man yelling at clouds. That's what I'm turning into. But yeah, I hope tonight is a good night. I really do. This is gonna be my birthday show, and I'm not feeling at all celebratory of my birthday.